Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars, welcome to another PlayStation 4 review. Today's review is for the Colonists. Now this is a science fiction themed building game, much along the same lines as things like The Settlers, Dawn of Man, Surviving Mars, the Tropica games. But this is priced at $18.99 in the UK on the PlayStation Store. And essentially, the difference here with this game is it actually reminded me a little bit of the Pixar film Wall-E. You are a group of cute little robots that are fed up of serving mankind, so you break off on your own and you go off and decide to settle in the far reaches of space. So essentially you land on this planet and you start building a colony, basically. Now, not that you play these sort of games for the story, but that's the idea here. That's why you are little robots and not human beings in this game, I suppose. And that's the major difference with this game compared to other games in this genre. You're not human colonists, you're little robots. Now, in regards to modes to play on this game, you have 3 different modes. There is a campaign mode, which essentially it's almost like a tutorial, really. With these sorts of games, the campaign modes kind of teach you how to play the game, and there's a number of challenges you have to complete in this campaign mode. And you've got to do it by a certain period of time, or you'll have to redo it, sort of thing. And it's a campaign mode. It's fine, you know. I wouldn't exactly call it a campaign mode. I'd call it an extended tutorial, but it is still very, very playable and very, you know, it does what you expect it to do. And then you've got a challenge mode, which is basically a tougher version of the campaign mode, and it gives you very, very strict instructions of what you need to do to complete a certain challenge in a challenge mode. It might be that you've got to do a certain thing by the end of year 1, otherwise you fail the challenge, that sort of thing. And then, where I think most people will be spending their time in this game is the sandbox mode, which can be fully customized. You can get rid of like the fog on the map. You can give yourself make it so it's free to build. You can build everything straight away and all that kind of stuff. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you want. That's generally speaking how you can customize your game in these sort of genres. I spent a lot of time in the campaign mode, and then I've spent quite a bit of time in the sandbox mode. I've not really done any of the challenges. And to be honest, this is what we get here is a really cute and addictive game. Now, anybody out there that likes building type games like the Surviving Mars, like the Tropica games, Settlers, Dawn of Man, all them sort of games, you're going to feel immediately comfortable playing this game. This game, biggest strength and also its biggest weakness, I suppose, is that it doesn't stretch very far away from what you're already used to doing in these games. So essentially what you'll be doing is to build your colony, you've got all these different sections that you can build. You start off at the lowest levels in regards to technology advancement, so you can build like places to store things, places like food production. You can build lumberjack huts, little farms, residents for your robots where they can generate power and batteries and things like that. Mining facilities, when you see some stone deposits and things like that, you can build mining deposits. Research workshops so that you can research new technologies. What else? Watchtowers so that you can expand your vision on the map, that sort of thing. Fishing huts. And they all start at the very, very bottom of the technological scale. So when you unlock the workshop, you can research things, and then you can expand your technological advancements in regards to your colony. Generally speaking, everything can be upgraded to be better. And when you start doing the mining and you research how to do it, you can build better buildings, more technologically advanced buildings, all that kind of stuff. And that's essentially, it doesn't really get any more complex than that. It's a very, very simple game to play. It can be a challenge to anybody that's new to this genre, but again, I think this would probably be an introduction level to anybody that's interested in these type of games. Of the games that I've played in this genre, this is one of the easiest that I have played. It's pretty good at explaining itself. If you get stuck when you're building things and you're not sure why, fairly easy to figure out what's going on. It doesn't take you too long. Sometimes you play these games and you get stuck and you just cannot figure out why you can't advance any further, and it gets very, very frustrating. This one, you get stuck, a little bit of logical thinking, and you generally figure out what is the problem, and you can put it right fairly quickly. And that's really it. It doesn't get any more difficult than that, this game. You could argue it's too simple. I think for what they give you in this game, I personally think it's a little bit overpriced. I think it probably would have been better to have been maybe £5 cheaper in the UK, maybe even a little bit more. It's very, very simple. I think the size of the download was only something like, I think it was less than 1 gig. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to this game, and you can see how it looks. Very, very simple graphics, quite cute, granted, but most of the maps, and there's 12 maps in total on things like sandbox mode and things, they all look fairly similar. And I've not checked every single map, but I've been on about 4 or 5 of the maps just to see how they looked. And the maps aren't particularly big as well. In sandbox mode, you'll find yourself filling the map out fairly quickly, which I would have hoped they would have made the maps a little bit bigger, if I'm being particularly honest. When you fill out the map with all your buildings and things like that, it still runs quite smoothly. It doesn't get too much. It doesn't freeze. It doesn't crash. Nothing like that. So for those of you out there that like these type of colonist building type games, you're gonna understand this game fairly easily. Is it worth buying? Probably, if you really love these sort of games. It's a nice game to chill out to. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10, guys. Everything it does what it should do for this type of game, for this type of genre. It doesn't do anything better than any other game. It doesn't do anything different than any other games in this genre. It's actually quite a simple, easy game to play. Very addictive, very relaxing. And one maybe to check out if this is your sort of thing. So I hope you found this review useful. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I will be back obviously with plenty more content on the channel,